Hello, I'm back. I'm taking a break from Xenopurge. Mainly, I'm taking a break from BioWeave, for those of you who've watched those videos, because it's kicking my ass. Just struggling to get past the first few missions. And I wanted to just change it up a little bit. So, this is Cartridge Defense. It is the last tower defense game I picked up. I haven't played another one since. I've had it for, I don't know, a couple years at least. I really like it. There's tutorial mode, there's a campaign map, endless mode. There's tons of stuff you can do here. I'm really not going to go and do it. I'm sure someone on the internet has made like a basic tutorial video about all the other stuff. We're just going to get right into the gameplay. There's all sorts of like, here's the campaign map. Here's the you can buy packs to get more cards because of course your turrets you get are based off of cards you draw, which is cool. Um, yeah, it's you can in the campaign mode you unlock different targeting behaviors for your guys. You unlock different upgrades for your inventory, but that is not my obsession. I got stuck here at mission 4-9 in the campaign, and then in one of their updates they came out with this roguelike mode, which is my obsession. You choose a pre-made deck with an ability for each. When I first did it for the first time, I was like, well, I want to get back to the campaign. So, but I also want to check out this new thing. So, and the campaign's kicking my ass. So I'm going to do this and, see what it's like and then go back to the campaign and never look back until the campaign is over. Except the first time I did this, I got a perfect score on every level except one and then beat it. And on that level, I know the mistake I made. Like, I looked at it at the end and I was like, oh man. And that one, like, I still won. A couple other guys got to the end part. Like a tower defense game, the enemies try to get to your goal or whatever, and you got so much health for your goal. I got a perfect score on all 8 missions except for one. And I don't think there's an achievement for getting a perfect on all 8 missions, but I was like, well, that was actually not that hard. This first time I played it, surely it can't be harder than that. And I have never, ever done it. I've come close a couple times, but I am now chasing an elusive perfect score for nothing other than my weird brain is obsessed with it. I did that with this one, where my ability is all enemies are slowed by 10%. I do like start each level with a level 2 command center. It's a handy one. You'll kind of see why once we get into it. But we're going to just do this one. I kind of alternate between these two in my attempts, in my eternal attempts. Um, this pre-made deck is the same. It's different for each ability that you start with. Each company you work for, I think, is kind of the in-game lore. And then you start with a pack of 5 and the targeting system. Same. These are always the same, but the maps are different. I never play in the storeroom. I suck at this map. I just don't like it. The gun store, is your basic grid. Then you pick. This is the pack of 5, like a booster pack that you get here. Place level 2 machine gun, adjacent towers. My towers I tend not to have adjacent, other than I got a whole system for this. Give target tower fire rate. That one's pretty cool. Place a monument that gives newly placed towers plus 20% damage. We're not going to go through all of these. I'm just going to glance through them. These are not my favorite ones to start with, but they're not terrible. This one I always dislike. Give a target tower 10 credits every kill. I'd have to kill 35 guys to make my money back on that. And 350 credits, you're not getting until like a little later in the game. It can pay off. It's just like you're fighting to break even, I feel. I could be wrong. Maybe someone else who's played this game can mention in the comments if there's a better way to do it. I'm just going to abandon it. You know from my other playthroughs, I'd rather fuck something up at the beginning of a game than the end of the game. All right, now I got 2 maps. Storeroom don't like, so I'm going to do the elevator. This one I actually like. It's probably the one I have the most least failure rate. Place 6 blocks. Both the ones I pick already has that in there, and there's an upgrade you could get later because it's all kind of random, like a roguelite, that would make the block packs actually more expensive than another way to get the blocks. So I don't consider that. Yeah, that one's not of interest. This one has some potential. I do like clustered attacks. Yeah, it's going to come down to one of these two. I think we're going to go with clustered attack. Just to show you kind of a quick run by here, play some 6 block packs. You know what? We'll go through it in game. I'm going to pick this one. So I won't lie. Half the time, I really like prioritize highest health because you get some really big. If you get like a rail cannon, I really find it pivotal to the game to be able to target the highest health. So sometimes I'll just restart over and over again until I get that because I'm a little bitch. But I'm not going to do that this time around. I like prioritize armor, especially early on, because you do come across armored guys that are a little tougher earlier than the other ones. Soldiers, watchers, I don't care about those guys. Immunity is kind of handy to sometimes specifically target, so we're going to go with this one. You always get prioritize first on radar and prioritize bosses. Those are like the default 2 of them, and then the last 2 are random. So we're going to go with that, and we're going to start the level. Cool little 3D map. Just your starting hand. You can shuffle these back in. You start with 100 credits each mission, so you always get something that's worth 100 credits. Something to keep in mind is if you don't, for instance, you always want, the first wave is always 2 soldiers. I think every time it's just going to always be 2 soldiers. Flamethrower is not enough to kill 2 soldiers. 2 level 1 machine guns might be, but a plasma cannon or a rail cannon are what you want your first draw to be. Then after that, it's kind of randomized. You could get more soldiers, which are big, beefy boys, or you could get outriders, which are like really fast guys you want flamethrowers or a lot of machine guns for. The plasma cannon's fantastic. It's a good all-rounder. But if I had a flamethrower that was 100 credits, it could come up as my first pick here, and then if I can't draw another one that's actually useful, I could end up losing to the first level to a soldier. So I'll sometimes get rid of, there's ways to get rid of cards later. I'll get rid of other 100 credit cost turrets just so I can keep a guaranteed one I know that's good for the first couple waves. Plasma cannon's solid. But I'm going to keep both these. These are too expensive. I don't want them on my first draw. These get shuffled. These get put to the bottom of the deck, so I won't draw them when I get my redraw here. I replace those 2, and then the deck is shuffled, so I could get one of those for my first card draw. So here I've got this, place a level 1 plasma cannon with plus 50% to a random stat. It's awesome. 2 level 1 machine guns. Place 6 blocks, not super important on this level. Level 1 machine gun, flamethrower. Place a level 1 Tesla coil and draw a cartridge. This is one of the dangerous ones that's 100 credits, so it could come up first instead of my plasma cannon, and this just won't cut it. So I might get rid of that at some point when I get the option for it. For now, I've got a small deck, so odds are I can make sure my plasma cannon gets cycled to the top. So I'm going to select it. You can, on this screen, right-click, and it shows you the stats. Damage 2, area of effect 0.2, barrels 2, range 7, fire rate 3. I have most of them memorized, so you pull it out here, you drop it down, and it lands in your little starting area here. This is your command center. It is currently level 1. Meaning this little guy, who's a level 1 turret, can't be upgraded. If my command center was 2, I could upgrade this turret to a level 2 turret. I don't have any level 2. You can drop turrets higher level than your command center. You just can't upgrade a turret without your command center being upgraded. Through your command center, you can also buy blocks and buy any type of the turrets, or draw a cartridge, like just pay 100 to draw a cartridge. I try to avoid using these. They're overpriced. There's strategies and cards that you could employ that would make these more viable, makes them cheaper more commonly, that like starts at a higher level than level 1, that kind of thing. I've never really played around with it. So I'm dropping this turret here. You'll see the path. It's one of the things I love about this game. Unlike most tower defense games, you're not placing along a route, you're altering the route. They're going to spawn here as the enemy spawn area, and they're going to move over to this. This is their goal. I have 20 health. I could probably I almost certainly very easily beat this whole 8 missions I'm doing without losing all of my power cores. But my goal isn't just to not lose my power cores. My goal is to not let a single enemy into my exit area here. So drop the turret here. You can see that altered its route. They can't go through here anymore because the turret's blocking them. Mouse over it, it shows where the turret can shoot. So I'm going to put this here. You can direct where the turret, you can see it moving. You can direct where the turret is initially facing. That way when the bad guys come here, turret's not facing this way and has to like swivel over. Going back there. Targeting priority, target slowest, prioritize armor, bosses, first on rider. That's right here. Here's the turret I'm selecting right now. Stats again. It also shows because it said that a random stats increased by 50%. Randomly, it was fire rate. This also could have been range, damage, or area of effect. Fire rate's a good one. These turrets are already super fast. You can click here to check out the enemies that are coming. Level 1 soldier is going to be coming. 20 health. There's no real need, especially for one near the exit. When it comes to targeting priority, having first on radar is good because it's going to shoot the first guy. So it'll shoot the guy heading out the exit. There's no problem here. Here's your speed counter, 1 time speed. I honestly almost always play at 4 times speed. For now, we're going to do 1 just so you guys can see what's going on here. Big bad soldier. You click on it, you can see its health. You can mouse over the other one, and that shows it down here. And then I start shooting at it. Yeah, I just tore through them. First wave's not too hard. A flamer might struggle against those guys because they got big health. So this shows the next one. This could have been Outriders. The second wave is almost always either more soldiers or the Outriders, which you haven't seen, but I'm sure you will. So it's just going to be more of the same. Instead of 100 credits like I did last time, I got 150 this time. I'm on my 2nd out of 5 rounds. I want to kind of maximize my money. I'm getting more soldiers. I don't really need a flamer. 2 level 2 machine guns. Those are big bad boys. They're good. We want them. So now you can see that this route here is going down this way. I want to make it as difficult as possible for them to move. So I'm going to put this here, and you can see it's forcing them to go around. I'm making it more of a pain for them. And then I could put this here as probably a good spot for it. I want another gun there. I kind of like to separate my gun types. 2 machine guns next to one another at the end of the world. I'm actually going to put this here for now, because later I'll put a flamer probably here. And then it'll look great. You'll see the method to my madness soon. So this altered their route up here, which means this gun's not really pointing in a perfect spot anymore. That's right there. You can kind of adjust on the fly. So these guys I still want, basically. I'll probably have all of my guys just set to prioritize first on radar. And then we are going to bump it up a little. You guys are two speed kind of audience, aren't you? And gun down. So now we got Watchers, bigger health, slower. They also get a description down here of what's good against them. And then Outriders. These are the fast little buggers. They come in big groups usually. So with the Outrider coming, we want AoEs. So we're going to grab the flamethrower. And then, do I want this Tesla? I do want this Tesla. So this Tesla has an ability where every time, I think it's just when I play it. Yeah, it's just when I play it. So I'm going to get a free cartridge out of this. I love options. Also, do I want level 3 flamer? Torn between the machine guns to help with the Watchers or more flamers. I think the plasma is going to take care of that. No. Let's see how this goes. I want the flamer here. I think I'm going to put this Tesla here. The Tesla arcs, as you might expect. Shots from this tower chain to 3 different enemies. It's not considered area of effect, even though it kind of is area of effect in the fact that it hits 3 people. But anything that gives a boost area of effect isn't going to affect the Tesla coil. And then, that's not a bad spot, but I like this spot better. Not altering their route at all, but it is going to flamer, what you'd expect from a flamethrower, 4 fire damage over 2 seconds. We'll just put this gun here to catch anybody on the way out. I'm kind of pushing this in a little bit. Let's see how it goes. That's there. That's there. Yeah. Oh, this changed. This guy can now point there again. All right. Let's see how this goes. So you got the big Watcher coming through. And those are little outriders trying to zip by. I think we're going to be okay here. Yeah. You can see that turret struggling, having to spin around to shoot those guys. If you're really on the ball or you want to pause a lot, you theoretically could, when those guys get past them, I could do this. So the turret's facing the right way and not kind of flipping out every time. But that's a little more micromanagement than I want to do. All right, bunch of little fast guys. I do not have anything to help me with fast guys, so it's just going to be... I just want a bunch of firepower. I could get one big level 3 machine gun, but I want a bunch of little guns. So we're going to do this. Here you see it dropped a block. I can also play this to get 6 blocks. Blocks are cheap, generally, and they don't shoot or anything, but they do alter paths. You can see I can still affect it. Blocks the path for them going through. Just so you can know, you can't block them entirely. See how it's red? I can't place this here because it would make it so they couldn't actually. There has to be a path to the exit. The cool thing about blocks, I don't need one here. I've got enough guns to channel them the way I want. The cool thing about blocks is if you put them on a turret, they also increase the range. This thing was only hitting there before. Now it's hitting there. So this right here is about, in my opinion, the most convoluted route I can get for these guys. This kind of pushes them in. So it's like, yeah, this I think is the best route. And then the rest of these guns are just here for bonus. Got a real kill infinity field here. I'm not going to drop these blocks. A little bit of extra range is nice, but I'm going to save the credits and see how I look for the final round. So for the final round, on this first mission, there's no boss. Sometimes there's a boss. The bosses are kind of just upgraded versions of the basic guys. But we do have level 15 Outriders. Bigger health, still going to be fast. They're probably not going to send too many of them out. At level 15, with only 5 waves, they'll probably send them like 3 at a time, spaced out pretty far. But we are going to get one big guy. I love the plasma cannon. This is level 3, place 3 level 2 plasma cannons with 50% random stat. It's basically this thing, but jacked up. So we're going to go with that. Got 100 credits left, which I'm going to use on... Let's see what we got here. So these got random stats. This one got big damage. That's an important one. We like that. That guy can go here. This one's also got big damage. So this one can go here. And this one's got fire speed. That'll be good against the fast guys. I think this one can go here. And then... yeah, we'll just drop a machine gun and a block. I'll put the machine gun here and the block here. I think we're sitting pretty. Let's see how this goes. Burning through them. Yeah, perfect victory. And that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see 8 times. It's perfect victory. I'm probably not going to go through all 8 missions with you guys. Maybe I'll do a series. We'll see how I feel. So now we get into the fun part where we actually get options. 2 different maps. Pack of 5, like we saw before, where I get to pick 5 of these cards. This one would come with a legendary cartridge, which is an orange foiled cartridge that has sometimes some pretty bonkers abilities. The passive effect we are familiar with. You know how I have all my enemies are slowed by 10%, that choice I made at the beginning? Or like I could have started with level 2 command center. That's what the passive effect does. There's a bunch of other things the passive effect can do for us. I don't like the nightclub. I struggle sometimes with the nightclub. The highway, I won't say I don't lose here, but it's a lot less often than the nightclub. So we're just going to go with the highway. I tend to like the bigger maps. This one's a little more open. You got more room to like direct the enemy. Legendary cartridge is awesome, but passive effects are also cool. There's a couple I kind of consider necessary for the way I play, so we're going to go with the highway. Construction I don't often get. I just don't need 12 blocks. Buffs. This one's not too bad. Pillar of Power is pretty cool. These have rarities. You can kind of see at the bottom, very bottom of this card, you see that little light blue thing. Light blue under the gift target, tower range, 20% range. This one's light blue. This one's dark blue. This is a rarer card. These two are. Swarm. There's a particular swarm build I like. I tend not to go for it. We're going to go with buffs, I think. It's not my usual play, but I'm willing to try anything. So here's our 3 passive options. Start each level with 2 extra cartridges. That's cool. Talking about not getting the draws you want at the very beginning. Sometimes losing the first 2 levels happens just because you don't get the right cards. Start each level with a level 2 command center. Wouldn't help us right now. There's some really cool cards that are cheap that start at the level of your command center. I love those. Tower tire assembly. All towers can be moved between rounds. This doesn't matter until way later when we get to like wave 5 or 6 or something. Then being able to move you guys around is really important. This is actually a really tough decision. These are all pretty good ones. I think we're going to go start each level with 2 extra cartridges. I just hate getting hosed by not getting the right draw. I'm going to bump this up to 2 right away. It speeds everything up, even the map loading in. So here's my options. You see what I'm talking about. This guy's not going to be useful to me at the beginning. I'm going to want to get rid of that later. So keeping it now, though, just in case it ends up being all I get. Okay, there we go. This is the one I want. I need to, when I get the ability to, this won't show up. When I get the ability to, sorry, I'm going all over the place. When I get the ability to delete cards, if I get the ability, it's random. If I get that ability, I'm going to ditch this one so that this guy's always guaranteed to come up. This one won't get in the way. This won't be one of the 100 card you get at the beginning because it's not a tower. It's a buff. Only towers come up here. So I've got, you can tell I play this a lot. I've kind of got a preset path. I'd be interested to see how you guys do things different. I'd love to see your map designs here. I have mine kind of set. So I'm going to put this guy here, divert their path a little bit right out of the gate. And then we're going to watch these guys die. Up to 4, gun them down. Let's place a monument that gives newly placed towers plus 20% damage. This is awesome. But I don't want to shoot myself in the foot by putting it now. And, man, I don't have a lot of great options here. I got a bunch of stuff that's good for later. Can my little guy here take out a big pile of these guys? I think my little guy can. I believe in my little guy. You got this, little guy. This tower does no damage, but it's going to give all of my incoming towers plus 20% damage. It's huge. It's very cool. So let's see if I survive this wave. I'm sorry if I don't. Oh, yeah. So this thing's awesome because it's got that area of effect, 0.2. It's not a big area of effect, but it's just enough for that splash damage to make a difference. 200. All right. I really am getting screwed on the card draws here. I could buy something here, like a rail cannon would be awesome at the moment. Or I could get cute, and I think I'm going to get cute. So we're going to pull this Tesla cannon. Just going to draw another card and not give me what I want. And then I'm going to drop these 2. And I'm going to show you a trick. I guess you call it a glitch. It's just the way the logic of the game works sometimes. Don't really know why. We're going to put this guy here. That's diverting it down. We're going to put this guy here. And then you see what's happening here? The shortest route for these guys to get to the exit would be to just go up and over. But for some reason, you trick out the logic. I don't even consider it cheating. It's just the logic. It is a logic I see in other ways the game works, where it's going to go the long way around and then over. I ain't complaining. It's going to save my butt here. So I got these 2 here to kind of weed out the chaff. Like the little guys are going to get burnt and electrocuted, so that ideally by the time the baddies get here, these guys aren't wasting their time with small things. Yeah, no problem. Man, I've been having trouble with options here. So I think I'm just going to keep drawing more cartridges. Ooh, that's cool. For this big map. don't think I'm going to grab it quite yet, though. I want to save up to try to get some of these bigger cards, and I think I got enough firepower here to mess these guys up. But what I think I will do is put this up here. Just it'll be able to catch more guys up there than it will down here. I think we're fine. Plasma cannon really just doing the business here. Speaking of which, I think we're going to go with more plasma. Yeah. So I'm going to do something kind of weird here. This is a little strategy of mine. You'll note this thing. So each of these, like the other ones, not all plasma cannons get this, but the ones I like do. They get that plus 50% to a random stat. This one got plus 50% to a random stat for damage, but also got the 20% extra damage for this monument. The monument's cool. I don't usually get it because the pack it comes with has stuff. I'm not a big buff guy. Some of the buffs in the card packs aren't my favorite. But this one's working out for me. Yeah, let's put all these big damage. Let's just pile up on the gate here. This one's got huge range. Feeling good about this one. These big ones are level 11. So now we're going to get a mix of guys here. I could prioritize the big guys by telling them to go target the slowest, but I don't think it really matters. We'll burn through the small ones by the time it gets to them. So what do we got here? Tower area effect is plus 100%. Guess I could bump that flamer up. Or one of these guys, but the area of effect is so small that 100% is not going to really matter. Fire lobber could be nice. We're going to hold off on that. I am really enjoying the plasma cannons. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab the plasma cannon. We're going to grab... God, even more damage. I ain't going to say no. We're going to grab... Or just go with the turrets. You know, more damage isn't going to help me against a bunch of level 7 fast guys. We're going to go with the turrets. How do I want to do this up here? I'll stick this guy here. Or there. I'm going to stick this block here. I'm going to stick this tower here. I'm going to stick this tower here. So now we're making them kind of weave around us. Let's see how it goes. Should be fine. There's little fast guys. They get caught by the AoE on these ones, so even when they're targeting the big guys, they're still hitting the little guys. Let's show you guys a fire lobber, especially with these little guys getting bigger levels. Oh, we're getting a new enemy. So we've got our soldiers you've all seen. We got our outriders. Now there's a soothsayer. Health 100, so less than our soldiers. Speed's slower than our soldiers. But they've got this, immunity, unaffected by debuffs. These guys can really screw you up. So Flamer is just going to do its contact damage, none of the damage over 2 seconds. Fortunately, I'm not running a lot of effects here. I'm doing all pretty much straight damage. So here's our new guy. First, we're going to drop a Tesla up here just because they're cute. This is the fire lobber. Here's its radius. You can see the yellow and the red where it's a circle. It can't hit anything near it. It's artillery basically. So you kind of got to think about where you want to put them. Kind of like that. That's not bad either though. Yeah, I'm going to put it here because you see these yellow bits here? Eventually I'm going to be forcing them down this channel. So I'm going to hit them once here and then another time when they get up there. Yeah, we're going to go with that. And then this guy, I want more. More down here. Oh wait, that's right. I can buy more. Oh yeah, amplifiers. Give me the amplifiers. And let's get these blocks in play now. So that just bam, 6 blocks. I can really start making stuff really convoluted. So I can't move these towers once I place them, but I can move the ones I place this turn. So this Tesla tower, if I'm not comfortable with where I have it, I can mess with it. We're going to put an amplifier here. This will hit. God, these level 2 amplifier, the range just isn't fantastic. We'll put one amplifier here. Yeah, it's hitting all of our already big damage guys. What if I move this here? No, I don't like that. This guy here. Yeah, I can live with that. So now we're getting like huge damage. Even this Tesla coil is doing 8.5 now. Yeah, I'm cool with that. And then I'm just going to kind of show you with these blocks what I'm going for here. You can kind of see my gimmick. It's a nice winding path. Right now these aren't doing anything because I don't have any guns over their stuff. And look at that trail of destruction. No one's going to even get up there. We're getting our big ticket items. We're also heading close to end game here. More Tesla coils. You know, I don't actually have anything more appropriate for that, so I'll drop out more Tesla coils. We love Tesla coils. So you can kind of see how I'm snaking up and around here. I can't really figure out a good way. So if I snake back up this way, I'm going to hit this and kind of not have... I'm going to have wasted space is the way I look at it. Like this gap here, I consider wasted space. You can't have a perfect board, but this is pretty close. Every tile's got a turret or next to the path, except for this one little spot here. Here is where I'm going to start hitting wasted space. If I drop it down here and have it come up, there's nothing here. So it's not going to be able to go anywhere. It's going to go down, over, and then down again. It's not going to bother going up because I can't loop it around. So what I'm going to do instead is run it out this way. Put this here. You can move, that's one of the cool things about these blocks, is you can move them even after, at any point. I can move this one I placed a while ago at any point. So it lets you kind of modular design your stuff a little bit. These towers are awesome. I got 2 big old Tesla towers here ready to zap anyone trying to escape. And I've got these guys here which will spin around if they actually get this far. They're not going to get that far. Behold. Like the soldiers are tough. They're level 14, but my guys are just going to kick out so much damage at this entrance here. It's kind of a different build than I don't normally do with the big buff builds. Seems to be working out so far. I think I'm gonna. Oh, we've got our Watcher, big heavy boy. We got our Outrider. We got our first armored guy, the Sentinel. Big health, big armor. They have to punch through the armor in order to get to the health. None of my guys have armor piercing. Some guns, some abilities will let me pierce that armor. I don't have that right now. Fortunately, I got big damage, so I'm just gonna brute force this one. We are gonna drop this. Target tower gets area of effect. It's just this thing's gonna area of effect 6 now. It's gonna hit everybody that comes anywhere around it now. And then we're gonna drop bunch of machine guns, and this will draw 2 more cartridges. I don't need more cartridges. I need straight up cash. I don't know if I'll have enough for this. I could have saved some money, but I'm not super worried about it. We're kicking butt. And then where do I want the rest of these towers? So I'm just kind of forcing this up here, and then I'm going to loop it back here. We're going to have some dead cells here, but that's just the price of doing business here. Let's move this block over there. Get this turret here. Just to get a little more firepower on this path. And then it's going to come down here. You know what? Actually, I'm going to put this here. Just catch him on the way out. Wait, I'll put this here. Catch him on the way in and out. I like that. There's the armored guy. You can see he's got this bar up here that has to go away before his health's even getting touched. And there's 3 of them. This would be nasty if I wasn't doing so much damage down here. So, final round. 10 out of 10. 600. Not enough for my big boy there. That's too sad. Soldier. Soothsayer. Sentinel. We got some armored guys. Level 16. This is the boss. So it's like a Sentinel. Or like a Soothsayer. But even though it's level 10, I mean, you don't see much of a difference here. The level 10 one's got less health. I don't know why this. I don't understand the boss mechanics. It's a boss. This thing's going to be scarier. It's level 22 and got more health. I don't know why this one's indicated as a boss. You got me there. If anyone knows the answer, let me know. I can target. I can tell these guys to target the boss. It's useful if the boss is something different, but it's not. So anyways, going to drop these turrets. They're not super helpful, but they're not bad to have. And you see what I'm doing here? I'm forcing them to go take this long way around, so they're going to get hit twice. And then we're going to go. Actually, no, I don't need that many DOT fire things down there. So we're going to go with that and put this up here. Because there's no point. The damage over time, I guess it probably would run its course, but I'm just not going to. I feel better doing it up here. Target tower gets 20% range. Is that this guy? Is that our... Or this guy? Ooh. 5.1. You know what? This level 2 tower is doing more damage than anybody. So we're going to give him more range. Now he can hit freaking everywhere. You know, I'm going to just use this to grab... Oh, wait. So my deck is very low. I have 325 credits. It's the last round. I was about to draw 2 cartridges to see if any of them are cheaper for me to afford, but we can actually click on this. This is your options menu. You can do overhead view. Oh yeah, there's some cool view options here. Like there's overhead view, standard view, and in standard view you can actually zoom in and get like the street view. It's kind of neat. I like this guy. Remaining cartridges. That's what I want to look at. The only one in there is Demolitionist, which, if I remember correctly, gives you, it's worth it. We're gonna just grab the last card here. So I could draw a single cartridge for 100 through the command center, or get 2 from this. We're only gonna get 1, which is just, give target plus 40% area of effect. So this bad boy here, we've got double range, its area of effect is only 0.2. This is barely gonna bump that up at all, but it's worth it. This thing's a beast. It's only up to 0.3. It's fine. Might have been better off putting it on this thing or something like that, but we're not going to win this through area of effect. So I've spent all of my cards, or at least the ones I can afford. I've got, looking at what's coming, I don't have a lot of speed guys. My flamethrowers are only going to do so much. We've got guys who are immune. We need to kick out a pile of damage. And nothing kicks out a pile of damage like a railgun. Nothing you've seen yet. And then we're going to grab a machine gun. This is the railgun. Damage 60, which is a lot. Our big boy here with all these little damage upgrades is only 5.1. Our level 3 plasma cannon, 3.6. The thing about this guy, though, is its fire rate is super slow. 0.3 versus this guy's 3. The range on this thing is also pretty impressive. So we're going to drop this guy. Here. Because he can hit most of the board. And I'm not going to have him prioritize armor just because everyone here needs to die and is a problem. So we're just not going to worry about that. And that's what we're going to do. This kind of pushes this up a little more to kind of give me more time before I get hit. And then That's that, people. I'm going to drop this down to 2, just for the suspense. Got our soldiers coming in here. I think this is going to be fine. Here's the big tanky boys. Yeah, here's our boss. He's got less health than his minions, but I guess maybe that's the way. You kind of sometimes your soldiers are better than you. But we are kind of tearing through these guys. Each one that gets defeated, it kind of goes to the next one in line. So we got our armored guy. He's kind of tanking. He's the last one. I knew he'd be a problem, but we're tearing through him. And this rail cannon right here doing the big damage. This one's going to be close, but I think once these cannons turn on him, yeah, we'll burn him down. Just as he's getting to the exit. Booyah. Perfect victory. That one was closer than I would have liked. So what's that telling you? We got armor guys coming. They're getting bigger and meaner. We need an answer to armor. I think we can play another one. Hopefully you guys... The lobby, man, I get my ass kicked here all the time. Something about this map layout. I do a bad job here. More targeting systems would be neat. I would like more targeting systems. But we're just not gonna mess with it right now. Supply shop. I like the supply shop. It's a solid map. Legendary cartridge we could definitely use. I think I'd take it over targeting systems, and I think I will. If not, just because I hate the lobby. Deck thinner, that's the one where you can start removing cards from here. I got a few ideas for ones I can get out of. Just to trim your deck up so it's so you're getting the cards you want more. What do we got? Generally not a big fan of construction. In very certain situations, I'll grab some. Fire lobbers. This will probably be our last mission for this video. I don't know if I'll do more. Gain 25 credits for the first 2 kills. Plasma cannon, 3 level 4. Man, I don't actually like most of these options. We've already got a lot of Tesla. But I don't need this many fire lobbers. They're neat. I would love some missile silos. You haven't seen those in action yet. But that's just so many fire lobbers. It's just an unnecessary amount. Well, we're going to grab clustered attack again. I am getting nervous about the picks we're getting. I need a piercing attack. We still have nothing for armor. There's a few different packs that we could be getting. The command center, piercing, even there's a poison and fire one. The poison one would be good against, but yeah, we're just not getting good picks here. I'm a little nervous once we start getting fire. So here's our legendary cards, though. These are fun. Place a level 3 plasma cannon with 100% to a random stat. Adjacent towers get plus 50% to a random stat. Neat. I don't like the adjacent towers ones because you can see I tend towards lines rather than blocks of towers. Some maps I use blocks, but not so much. Place a level 2 amplifier with gain a credit every 50 damage. That's cool. I mean, that's incredibly solid. Everybody loves money. You saw I ran out of money and couldn't get my big old boys. I've got 2 of these now, 2 of the level 700 cost ones. So, but I just upgrade all towers. That is so huge, especially once you start getting these level 4 towers here, level 3 towers all getting to level 4. It's pretty big. The money would be nice. Gain a credit every 50 damage. God, that could add up to a lot of money, though. I already have so many Tesla towers, and this costs money, and I've already got things. Yeah, you know what? I've got so much expensive stuff over here. Buying another expensive one, no matter how cool it is, I think is maybe foolhardy. I'm going to go with this. We're living the buff game. And now I get to remove cards, which I will happily do. We are going to ditch, for sure, this one. Because like I was saying before, it's getting in the way of my level 1 plasma cannon, which I want to always be the one that comes up for my guaranteed 100 draw. And then we're just going to kind of glance through what I got here. I am really tempted, and I think it's what I'm going to do, to get rid of both my area of effect ones. I guess with a missile launcher, this one could be cool. I think this one I'll get rid of. Target tower gains plus 100%, plus 40%. You know, I've got so many machine guns and some bigger ones down here. And I like machine guns, but they don't... I prefer the plasma cannons. I think I'm going to get rid of this 150 cost machine gun here. Yeah. And then I'm going to get rid of... Just doing a little cost comparison here. Place a level 1 and a level 2, or place 3 level 2 for almost twice the cost. Place a level 4 and a level 5 Tesla cannon, or Tesla coil for 450. You know what? I'm just going to keep it simple and get rid of this other area, this cheaper area of effect here. I've got a good solid ground for like cheaper stuff, and then kind of a little bit of a gap, and then a bunch of expensive stuff. It'll hopefully work out. Well, I'm going to get my butt kicked. We'll see. I always want the plasma cannon to come up. Awesome. So I like seeing this. I like having my plasma cannon to start with, and then a flamer for my second one in case I get outriders for the beginning. Cool. So this one's super straightforward. You'll probably be able to guess. I got fire rate on this one. You'll probably be able to guess more or less what I'm going to do here, having watched me do this already. There's our 2 soldiers. Now I've got the perfect 275s, so I can do this. And actually, do I want to? How do I want to do this? I want the flamer to hit him a little earlier, so the DOT has time to like tick over on it. And then we're just going to stick this guy here. Alright. Should be good. The plasma and the flamer will do all the work. Well, actually, it didn't even get to the flamer. Oh, let's grab some more plasma because we're going to... So, you see it's level 1s again. The fact that we just fought one wave of level 1s, this means it's going to be a lot of level 1s. So that little area of effect point 2 is gonna do some work here. And then we watch them melt. Alright, there's my newly placed monument. Get a little turret machine gun. We're going to drop that monument here. Arc those guys down. We're going to put this guy here. And then this guy here. I'm kind of just planning for the future. I'm not getting too fancy here, but machine guns and plasma turrets have a little bit of range, so I'm going to stick my... oh, this thing has to go right here. So this thing, since it's giving me credits for all of the turrets now that are close to this amplifier... God, I should almost put it here. Yeah, this is where it goes. All the turrets close in this radius around this amplifier now are going to be giving me credits with every shot. Like I said, I don't run buffs very often. This has the potential to be very, very good for me. Yeah, just making a little bit of money with every shot. Huh. You are going to get to see a missile silo. Ooh, I do want these blocks. So, let's make money. Missile silo does really good damage, has pretty good area of effect, great range, pretty fast fire rate. The problem is when it shoots a missile up into the air that then comes back down and hits them. Man, are we playing without sound? If you've followed my other videos, you know I don't tend to play with sound. Here's what the game sounds like. There's music. I haven't played sound in so long, I forgot what it sounds like. Oh yeah, that's right. You know, I actually want this move over. Make a little, we're gonna have a gap. It's guaranteed. Just with the number of squares here. That's what the game sounds like. I really don't like it. I play in silence. Not for everybody. But it is how I roll. Let's get some more Tesla towers out there, especially with the bigger, higher level fast guys coming. So with this kind of gap I got here, we're just gonna kind of make them zip around here. This actually matters. There is an enemy later who gains speed the longer the straightaway. So having things broken up where they're doing a little more windy is very important for later. Yeah, they aren't getting super far, and we're starting to make money off of our investments. Let's give that missile launcher plus 100% area of effect. It's a solid choice for it. The missile launcher is one that I would normally do target highest health because you'll see the missiles fly up, and sometimes if they lose their target, they fly off. We're going to drop our plasma cannon. Actually, let's get up. Let's get up high here. I can hit everything on the map. Yeah, we're not making tons of money, but we're definitely justifying the cost of this thing. More amplifiers. These ones are going to give us boosts to damage now. Let's drop that one here. This one here. Making this guy on top just a damage machine for the speed it's going. Oh, we got new guys. Shield. Shield generate over time if the target is not damaged. It's important to burn those guys down. They've got the same kind of bar. We got some bigger ones here. Oh, hey, here's the Charger. It's the boss. This is the guy that fast on straightaways, slow to turn. So that guy is a huge problem. Fortunately, I have big, giant cannons to deal with it. Don't have enough for 2 sets of them, but we're going to draw another 2 cartridges there. I'll take both of these. Thank you very much. We are bringing a big pile of pain. We're going to grab a flamethrower because this guy's fast, so being able to do some DOT is going to be solid, and another block, which I'll just put here. Fire lobber isn't a bad spot, but that's a better spot. Get them while they're coming in. We're going to put a plasma. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Put the big boy here. I think he's out of range of the damage things, but that's fine. We'll have others for that. This one can go here. Holy crap. No, we're actually going to put this guy here for this. Look at that big damage, 10.5. Nothing will survive. Flamer here. Electrical. And there you have it. We actually have 1 Tesla coil left over with no place to put it. Drop this down for our big final fight. Drop it down to 1. Look, it feels so slow. You can watch that missile. See how it kind of spins? It's because these guys we're killing them before the missile hits them, so it kind of spins around trying to find a target. Here's your defenders, the guys with shields. See the shield down there getting picked away? This is our charger. He is danger, but he's like just going to get melted by all my cannons up here. Nothing stands a chance. The amount of firepower we're delivering today is monumental. Oh, how long has this video been? Almost an hour. That's too long. We should call it quits after this. I might do another one, though. I think I'll probably do another one. I'm going to do another one. Here's me doing another one. We're just going to go right back into it. I will not succeed. If I succeed my first video showing you guys this, then thank you for blessing me, but that's not going to happen. Okay, we got the same choice for items, pack of 3. You notice the packs are getting smaller now. Pack of 3 targeting systems and a dick thinner. I don't know if I need to thin. I probably should thin some more. Both these maps are pretty solid. This one I struggle with a little bit. Those chargers come through and I have a hard time making a design that messes with them. This one I have a little bit of a better time with. So we're going to do the market. Pack of 3. Oh my god, we still haven't got any armor piercing. What the hell? We're in trouble, guys. This is bad. No more Teslas. I don't need more machine guns. Poison damage 6 over 2 seconds. Power core, fire lobber, worthless. I might have to go with this one just because it's got 2 kind of useful things. This just has flamers and machine guns. I'm so not enthused with any of this. Alright, but we are getting better targeting things here. No armor and shields, don't care about. Charger's kind of handy. You haven't seen umbrellas yet. I'm not too worried about them. Over here, prioritize armor and shields is important and very useful. Prioritize umbrella, like I said, not too much. Newest on Raider is useful. We already have target armor. That's targeting anybody with armor. Sentinels are the main guys with armor, but there is a differentiation you can have there. Lowest health, kind of useful. Highest health, insanely useful. I really like being able to target shields. Right now we can only target armor, but I'm going to go with this just so I can prioritize highest health. Because it sucks when you've got a big giant cannon and it shoots the guy in front who's got no health. So we're going to go with that targeting system. And then we're going to remove... Keeping those, keeping that. We're going to get rid of this fire lobber. It gets +1 power core for first kill in each round. The goal here is to not lose any power cores. I'm going for a perfect playthrough. So we're just getting rid of this. It does not give me what I want. I think plus 20% range is on the chopping block. Just bear with me while I squint at this. So this one's only 100 less than these 3 cannons. Extra range is nice. Plus a block. Definitely want to keep my 2 level 5. Eventually we'll be, I think right now we're doing, I think this one might be 15 missions long. Eventually we'll start getting a lot more credits, so we'll be able to get these bigger guys. 4 and 5 Tesla Tower. Those are pretty good. So we are going to get rid of our plus 20% range. It's neat. It's handy. It's not quite worth 100 credits. Is there one more I want to get rid of? These blocks are handy. I'm going to hold on to the blocks. Cartridges. With me deleting so many. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 rounds and we draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, we don't need these cartridges anymore. I'm ditching them. I don't think I'll regret that. Especially because we got that pick where we start with more cartridges at the beginning anyways. So, grabbing our handy-dandy tower here. More fire speed. So this one, they come out here and they work their way around here. There are a variety of tricks that I will be employing to defeat them. Got all these different targeting options, many of which I just frankly will not use. I'm not getting the turrets I want, so it just doesn't matter. Hitting the first one is generally going to be what I do. So here they come. And then pretty straightforward. Just got some speedy guys coming, and we got good things to stop them. Gonna put this turret here. Gonna put. So here's another weird one. So like I can't quite figure out how to do this in a way that makes sense. Like if I go down here, it's kind of the same problem I had last time. I can't really go back up in a way that like is gonna be useful. If anyone else plays this game and sees this and figures it out, let me know. If there's a better way to do this. I can kind of do a little wiggly thing here. I don't usually bother. I'm just going to push it out to the side and have it swing back. Have a couple empty spaces here, but I think it's fine. I will be telling my flamethrowers to target specifically the guys with lowest health. Just get that DOT on them. And here you're going to see a little bit of my strategy with these things. So this guy's can target here. Now I want to hit them a little bit as they come out. They're all already banged up now. Finish them off as they come up through here. And then yeah, we'll just hit them as they come through here. Is that the best spot though? This spot's kind of neat. Think about that. I like that guy there. I like that guy there. That's a nice little line there. I think I'm going to do this. It'll hit him on the way up here, and once I get more blocks down here, it'll matter. Give target tower 6 poison damage over 2 seconds. So what we're going to do is we're going to give it to nobody. That one's going to get saved for now. Let's see me just zapping all those. Oh, one little guy made it through, and then he dies. I almost always have these towers, no matter what, set to target first on radar, because these ones that lob the little fireballs, they take time to get there, so you're targeting the first on the radar and it hits the guys behind them typically. Get our little missile silo here. This one now we can tell it target prioritize health, so those little missiles won't fly around as much trying to find a target. And so here once again, so we've kind of got this thing snaking, but then down here it's going to come this way. I've got no real good way to arc it back, so I'm just going to do the same thing I did here, which is to push it down into the corner. Let's give this guy poison damage. 6 poison damage over 2 seconds. Now, anyone that hits in its AoE is going to get poisoned. And now we're going to make its AoE bigger. Pinning all our hopes on that tower. All these guys are getting poisoned as they come up. And even more Tesla. These ones are big. I can put them in weird places. So we're going to stick this guy here. It's going to hit everybody as it comes through. And we're going to stick this guy here for the same reason. And it looks cool. Or up there. You know what? Maybe I'll stick it up there. Yeah. Get a mister coming in if they get past me. Not that that looks like it's super likely to happen. You can see where I'm hurting though. These heavier hit point guys, I just do not have the current firepower. Oh, am I gonna lose? You guys watching me lose right here? Oh, just barely. I need plasma cannons. I need plasma cannons. I need the damage. I need to get some of these. Where's my buffers? I need my amplifiers. So this thing's got the range to go in this corner to hit up there as they come by. And then here. This is going to eventually go this way. And then over, I think. We'll see. We'll see. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. We got this. It's going to be touch and go. It's going to be touch and go. Alright, I need... You know what? I don't need more credits right now. Like, we're already near the end game. This would have been useful later. Let's do plasma cannon with the block and a Tesla coil. Oh, I'm getting nervous. I'm getting nervous. Just not getting the cards I want. It's not even a problem with this game. It's just a problem with like the draws I've been getting, the options I've been getting for cards. You haven't seen a piercing one. The piercing ones have all the rail cannons and all the good shit for these heavier duty guys. I'm not feeling good about this. That armored guy. He's got too much weight. This is where I lose it. Thanks for watching, guys. That's cartridge defense. Gosh, I should have just kept this one video. Lost that one power core. I could keep playing. I would probably win, but I refuse. I guess we can finish this map out. Wonder if I can. I'm gonna try to see if I can splice my videos together. So there was no need to actually take a break here. Just watching me fail. It doesn't really matter. I guess we'll just do this guy up there. And this guy right there. Yeah, I just didn't get to good draw options. Till the very end here. Just need more plasma cannons, or what I needed was rail cannons, but never had the option for one. Burning down this shield guy, he'll be dead soon. There are items that you also get, like where you can give your guys armor piercing. It's just all part of the RNG, and I didn't get the RNG. Yeah, inventory items. Just show you what that looks like. Here it is, piercing. This is what we needed the entire time. Heavy compression towers. These slow enemies when they go by them. They're awesome. EMP missile silos. Shield piercing. Super useful. Overpowered sniper rifle. I love this gun. Level 5 railgun. Mark target, which gives anyone shooting the mark target bonus damage against them and extra range. This would have this would have let us win last time. But that is the nature of roguelites. Thanks. And then I was going to show you. These are your inventory items. They're like you can use one of these every round. So if you upgrade your ammo, you can't use magic spice that round. This would give all target towers in their waiting area plus 50% damage. Give all towers plus 10% damage in general. Upgrade all towers in the waiting area. I tend not to do the waiting area ones because you've seen me. I kind of try to get as much of my stuff out on the field as possible. Next cartridge you play costs 50%. EMP loses all shields and stealth. Same as magic spice, 10%. This is the one I probably would have gone with. All enemies lose shield and health. All cartridges played this turn 25% off, and reduce the health of all enemies by 50%. That's just the ones on the board. So you wait till the board kind of gets filled up, and then you hit this, and they all lose half their health. It's awesome. But it was not to be. I don't need power cores, because I am an obsessive person who wants to get a perfect game. Maybe someday. Thanks for watching.